Vladimir Putin, a former KGB agent, is famous for his flashy stunts and is a respected leader among the BRICS nations, which include Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Picture this, he's like a super controlled bubble, trapped in an ultra-organized world from daily routines to social interactions. It's so rigid, it feels like he's in a posh, self-made prison with no room for surprises. Late nights and late mornings are Putin's style. He rarely sleeps past noon and kicks off his day with a simple breakfast featuring his favorite, cottage cheese. A substantial portion of omelet or sometimes porridge is a must, and not forgetting those quail's eggs. These fresh goodies regularly arrive from the farmland estates of Patriarch Kirill, Russia's religious leader. The meal ends with a cup of coffee. Then Putin makes a splash in the pool, not for a quick dip, but a solid 2-hour brainstorming session. While courtiers twiddle their thumbs, Putin's timing is so legendary that ministers wait a cool 3 to 4 hours. The gym is another favorite spot, with Russian news blaring in the background. The president enjoys his weights much more than the exercise bikes. It seems President Putin wants the world leaders to know he's a fit and strong man. And occasionally he swaps gym time for a passion, ice hockey. He hits the ice as often as he can, organizing a game every few weeks. An invitation to one of his hockey matches is a VIP pass, a brag-worthy event in oligarchic circles. The lucky few in attendance are the president's inner circle, mostly from his hometown, St. Petersburg. Old pals, trusted associates, and interestingly, many are businessmen facing the heat of US sanctions. Names like the Rottenberg brothers or Gennady Timchenko are part of this exclusive club. Now here's the twist. They play and they often lose. See, the teams get beefed up with bodyguards, with the president's bodyguards proudly sporting his shirt. On the opposing side, it's the bodyguards of Dmitry Medvedev, the prime minister. Interestingly, the Prime Minister himself is rarely seen on the ice. It's a game where politics meets the puck, and the oligarchs get a taste of friendly competition on the icy battlefield. Okay, so beyond the suits and ties, always in conservative shades, Putin's also a judo black belt, sparring with his guard unit. Post-exercise theatrics, he slips into bespoke suits, the ties on the somber side. In fact, he enjoys wearing custom suits from Catan and Brioni. Now it's time to exercise his powers. Picture this. Putin's afternoons are like a top-secret mission at his heavy wooden desk. No screens allowed, just good old red folders, paper documents, and Soviet war-era telephones. The man's all about secure tech vibes. His daily intel feast kicks off with 3 leather-bound behemoths. Folder 1, FSB's take on the home front. Folder 2, SVR's scoop on global affairs. Folder 3, FSO's rundown on the court's happenings. Obsessed with info, Putin's hands dive into the thickest folders, not for top-secret intelligence, but for juicy press clippings. Russian press first, the obsequious tabloids grabbing his attention. After all, millions read them. Then on to the quality stuff, the broadsheets, where gossip, columnists, and analysts swirl in the Kremlin court. Andrei Kalishnikov's Putin tales and Kommersant? Yeah, Putin reads them all front to end. Foreign press? Yeah, they're there too, in German sometimes, a nod to his KGB past in Dresden. I know what you're thinking. Doesn't he use his phone to browse the internet just for a while? Surprisingly, the internet is not his thing, but satirical online videos get a reluctant watch now and then. His life's a parade through gilded rooms, each moment planned like a VIP guidebook. Putin wraps up his duties and, if no fancy foreign official awaits, heads home. His dogs, Coney and Buffy, get some quality time. Home is where Putin prefers to be, disliking the 25-minute Kremlin commute. His Novoaryovo estate by the Black Sea is his kingdom. But when duty calls, his motorcade becomes a dance between the Kremlin and the airport. 3 planes in sync. One for the motorcade, one for the delegation, and one for playing the advance guard. More than 5 flights a month from Vnukovo too, because Putin's wish is to be everywhere. And when it comes to trips abroad, that's a whole different story. Why, you ask? A month before Putin descends, the pilot group checks out the luxury digs. The FSB and SVR play hotel inspectors. How secure is that room? How biocontaminable is that bathroom? A week before Putin's grand entrance, the court sets up shop, sealing off 200 rooms like a diplomatic fortress. A special lift awaits the presidential presence, and Putin's room is Fort Knox level sealed. Sheets and toiletries gone, replaced by Kremlin-approved freshness. And his grand finale, plane loads of Russians, cooks, cleaners, waiters, and diplomats turning food negotiators. Putin's global escapades are a mix of secret ops, hotel inspections, and a dash of culinary diplomacy. Who said being a world leader can't have a bit of flair? Surprisingly, the president cannot be served milk products, though that is contradicted by orders of Russian security services. Hosts, even top dogs like fellow heads of state or government, can't serve him a single nibble. Foreign delicacies are a big no-go unless they've passed Kremlin clearances. Well, the answer is no. More likely, he's solely paranoid about poisoning. To dodge culinary chaos, Russian goodies are shipped in advance for the presidential feast. For the local cooks, they work under the watchful eyes of the FSB, SVR, FSO, and a squad of professional tasters. The president doesn't think much on his feet. His speeches are already written, his positions are planned ahead, and most negotiations are about business. Some close aides said that they've heard him speak candidly. One of them recalls a warm summer evening when the president openly discussed the fate of the country. He asked who the greatest Russian traitors were, but without waiting for answers, he declared that weak leaders like Nicholas II and Mikhail Gorbachev were the real criminals. These leaders, according to him, handed power to hysterics and madmen. The courtiers present claimed that on that evening, the president vowed never to do the same. Putin is a night owl. He stays up late into the night, and that's when he's most alert. He often works or reads until the wee hours, and his personal chef takes care of his evening meal. Oh, and guess what? Putin has a soft spot for pistachio-flavored ice cream. He even gave it as a gift to Xi Jinping, the president of China, during a meeting. Ice cream diplomacy, anyone? Putin steers clear of alcohol, but on special occasions, he might have a glass of wine at a fancy gathering. After dinners or political events, he heads home around midnight. The next few hours are all about work and reading for Putin. Finally, around 3 a.m., he calls it a night and heads off to bed. Who knew the leader of a country could have such a sweet tooth and burn the midnight oil just like the rest of us? Now here's the million-dollar question to keep you pondering. If Putin were to create an ice cream flavor inspired by his political strategies, what do you think it would be called? Drop your most creative suggestions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Who knows, maybe we'll uncover the next sweet sensation in geopolitics. Until next time, everybody, stay curious.